Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Dailies. Quite a few stories knocking around today. Carlo Ancelotti's held his final press conference of the season, certainly ahead of a game, because it is the last game this season on Sunday, of course. Just quickly on the game, he said, obviously, the players that we know are injured, Delphine and Holgate, are out. He said Moise Kean will be back in consideration. But he said there's going to be an evolution this summer for Everton. He said we have to go up. There's no other way, but with an evolution in the team. So obviously by that he's not expecting 5, 6, 7 players to come in like we have seen in previous summers, but obviously taking the best of what is there and maybe bringing in maybe 2, 3 players, obviously with the younger players as well around. He said there is a meeting next week with him and the board where they're going to discuss their plans, and hopefully in the next few weeks we're going to see some signings come in. Hopefully, fingers crossed, and we start to see him really make his mark on this team, because that's, Jared Branthwaite is the only player he's brought in, and really he shouldn't be in the first team, even though he is, and he will play on Sunday. So it's not really his team yet. He's done great with it, but he wants to really move this team on now, and he's saying, we want to go up, and that has to come with evolution. So, and with the Premier League confirming that the season will start on the 12th of September. There isn't that much time really to get these things done, so he wants it done quickly and he wants it done, efficiently. The Premier League season will finish on the 23rd of May, by the way, as well. So everyone can get their holidays booked for the end of it and everything else. So 12th of September for that. So an evolution he is calling for, and obviously wants to move Everton forward, which is really, really good news. Moving on, Tyler Onyango has signed his first professional contract. 17-year-old, signed a 3-year deal. He's a box-to-box midfielder. Physically looks like he could be ready to go into the Premier League. We'll have to wait and see what the plan is for him, but Everton have got very high hopes for him. He is one that looks like could almost, he's played in the under-23s, but it looks like just because of his physical size, that he could move through and go past the under-23s and be part of Everton's squad next season if they decide they want to do that, or maybe put him on loan somewhere. He definitely looks physically ready, but obviously, you need a bit more than that. But he signed a new 3-year deal, which is really, really encouraging. Going out is Nathan Marcello. He is on his way to 20 on loan. He's ready to do pre-season with them, but he's got to do a 14-day quarantine first before he can get into pre-season. So that's a good opportunity for him to get a good loan deal. I think he's just signed a 2-year deal, I think, as well. So I'll have to wait and see what happens on him. But that's a good move for him going on loan. So he just have to sit through that quarantine period, and then he'll be ready to train. And really big news broke last night. Well, look, hopefully it's big news. It looks like Everton's planning permission for the new stadium at Bramley-Moore Dock will be confirmed in October. The City Council have put their post-COVID recovery plan in operation, and Everton's new stadium is a huge part of that. It is actually the front of that, because of the amount of jobs it will create building the stadium, and obviously the amount of jobs and people it will bring into the city once it is built in 3 years' time. 3 years from the beginning of it. So they're looking at October. They're looking at planning permission. They've spoke to the government about this as well. So that's really, really good news for Everton, and not coming from the club as well, coming from the City Council in a document to the government. It's sort of like a glass half full, half empty. This one, it's whichever one you fall on. Because of COVID, I think that's pushed the planning permission, even though there's been a delay. I think that really means that people will be looking to really go look at this now and go forward with it, because it can really help with as we said, the recovery plan for the city and the area. On the flip side of that, there will be a lot of question marks about the financing of it, because a lot of people will be saying, well, there's less money in the world, and the banks will be less willing to hand money over for big projects. But the government have already said they want big projects to happen. They want big projects to go forward. They're talking about their own things that they want to move forward to help the country get going again. And Everton building a stadium would be a huge thing for the city. So hopefully October is when we get the planning permission, and hopefully everything will be in place to start straight away. Hopefully. The club have been very quiet and probably won't say anything till there is that planning permission on the financing, and obviously that leaves a lot of speculation on that. But the club are very confident, and I think the city, this from the city council now is a real major step forward for all of us to really get behind it. The only sort of negative part is if it starts around October time, how far it's going to take 3 years? Can they get it done faster than 3 years so we can use it for that season, at the beginning of that season, or will we have to play a period at Goodison Park before? Apparently nothing will happen to Goodison Park in the meantime, even when they're building that stadium. Nothing, even in that summer before, Goodison Park will be completely left untouched till that stadium is ready to open. So it could happen that Everton could play the first few games at Goodison Park and then move into the new stadium, obviously depending on permission of the Premier League and such forth. But we've seen with Spurs last season, wasn't it, now, how they played at 2 different stadiums, so, well, 3 if you include the MK Dons stadium that they played in for the League Cup, I think. So hopefully that won't be a factor, but that's really, really big news today, and hopefully now we get the news we want, and once that starts, then we can all get really behind it. And I think that would really help the mood of a lot of our fans, probably me included, that suddenly something would be actually tangible. The thing we've been craving for years would actually be tangible. So hopefully that moves forward, and we can all get behind that. Just one other piece of transfer news or gossip today. Everton have been linked with Manchester United goalkeeper Sergio Romero. Really good, talented goalkeeper, probably one of the best number 2s in the Premier League. It looks like he wants to be a number 1, and Everton have been linked with him today. So yeah, that's just a bit of transfer gossip I've thrown in for the Everton News Daily. There you go. Make sure you check out the match preview, the last match preview of the season. Baz and Andy El Pervotti sit down to discuss the Bournemouth game. If you're on Patreon, which I know lots of you have joined recently, lots and lots have joined, there's a video about the under-23s. There's a video about players we would sign from relegated teams. There's quite a few videos on. I can't even remember all of them, because honestly we've done loads this week for it. Me and Baz and Andy, we've done loads for it this week, so check that out. We'll also be live on Monday doing the final word after the Bournemouth game. Make sure to catch all our reaction videos after the Bournemouth game as well. Give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you do want to catch us on Patreon, the link is in the description, as is the link for the face masks. You're going to need face masks now, don't forget that. You're going to need face masks. Everton have brought out 2 different batches of them, 2 different kinds. There's a link in the description for Everton Direct. Click on that and go. If you want to buy it, go through that link, and we get like a tiny percentage, tiny pennies, but they all add up at the end of the day and help this channel. So there you go. Thanks for watching. See you later.